Yeah.
Right. I think it was taken, I'm guessing it was taken over at the sand in front of the big door that went into the steam room where Papa worked. He was, you know what he did there? He shoveled coal all day, practically.
Aw.
It was at the hospital, it was all steam generated by coal.
Wow.
And he worked in the engine room there. It was a good steady job. It wasn't the greatest job in the world, but it fed his family. Okay. Those I don't know who Mom was with there. I'm guessing it's one of her classmates from nursing school, but it's not any of the, it's not Rose or Grace. I know that.
That's a cute picture.
Yeah.
Aw.
That one, Debbie, that's Morris in the front, Papa in the middle, and Murray on the back end of the horse. That was probably, that was, I don't know if that would be still in when they were living in British Columbia. I think they were probably in Maine by that time. I think they had a potato farm in Maine.
Okay.
That's where he took Grandma on their honeymoon
Mm.
to dig potatoes up and on the farm in Maine.
He always was a romantic.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Mom. And I don't recognize any of the girls from her class, but I'm sure that's in nurses training. They look like they have their uniforms on. Same thing there. I don't know who any of those are. The one in the back with the striped cap is one of her teachers, but I don't know who it is. One of her teachers in nursing school. That should be Harry. I think it's a little blurry, but I'm sure it's Harry with Mom.
Who's Harry?
Harry, my mother's one of her younger brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Don and Harry got along great. They were that's the truck your dad drove when he was like 18 years old.
Aw.
He went back for
I
one
have an
summer.
old picture like that with him driving a truck or something.
No, they hauled fruit, bananas, a lot of bananas between Boston and Philadelphia and Baltimore.
Does that say Bruce Brothers?
Yeah, Bruce Brothers Trucking.
Wow, that's awesome.
And Don was only like 18 years old that summer when he went back and drove trucks for the summer. And you know who that is. That was our first, that was when we first moved to California. See how early Papa was white haired?
Uh-huh.
I never remember him without white hair.
And a huge.
I don't know what that is. Don has some kind of a smudge on his face. The picture, it's a damaged picture.
This is Papa.
That's Papa's. Oh, that's
Academy. He was the class president.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's right.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one you sent back to the academy.
Right.
Right.
And I think this who was it? Millie Howe?
Yeah.
His girlfriend?
Oh, Mildred Howe was Papa's girlfriend?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I don't think so.
Because
we talked about it, but I didn't think it was Mildred Howe. Well, she wasn't Howe at that time. She married Frank Howe later.
The guy
is Frank and Mildred.
Headmaster of Pine Tree Academy. That is his great grandmother.
Yeah. Oh, Mildred is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't remember they went to high school together.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Now I'm learning something.
Well, I thought you sent me that letter or the diary.
Yeah, but what didn't say anything. Well, because there was stuff from high school and from college.
No, if you go and look at old newspapers, you find where they went on a vacation together after they graduated.
Oh, yeah.
That
was Mildred. Oh, yeah. I just don't remember that it was Mildred Howe because I knew Frank and Mildred Howe.
And that's the one Mom kept in contact with all through the years, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even though she was Bob's
Um,
girlfriend.
but I just can't remember that it was Mildred Howe.
Okay, I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
stop
Okay.
right here. There's something that Betty doesn't agree with, but I have no reason to disagree with it. They there was a guy named Harold Cotton who Papa worked for, and he ran
Yeah.
an armaments factory. And he
Oh,
hired
okay.
the Bruce Brothers Trucking Company to haul his armaments. And he told me they were in the Irish Mafia.
No.
Looking at this picture, do you have any reason to disagree with that?
Nope.
No, those boys were, gosh, that was even before World War II. So that was before they were even of age. They were teenagers then. But see, there was George. Did you remember George? George and Fran?
No, I
Debbie?
don't think, I think Debbie was an infant.
That
Okay,
you know what? Fran sounds familiar.
Yeah, Fran was still around. There's some good movies of Fran in the films that I'm putting together.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Me too.
She and Mom were real close.
Oh,
I've got
That's George.
I've got everything
Okay.
from 1958 to 1964 done.
wow.
Okay.
Debbie,
Debbie,
there's a
that's
bunch
George.
of
That's
there's
George.
pictures of
These
Debbie when
are
she's what year were you? What month were you born?
61 March.
March. Yeah, there's some 9-month-old pictures of you in there, or movies. Quite a
Oh,
few.
yeah, you were born. I had just
which
gone into
movie
the
is
Air
this one?
Force. Yeah, that's that. Do you know who all those are, Debbie?
No.
Okay, starting in the back on the right, that's George,
Can you
the
see my
oldest
mouth?
of the family.
George Bruce.
Mouth, or do I just
George
see?
Bruce. Then Rose is next to
I
him.
remember Rose.
You remember Rose?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was around for a long time.
Hmm.
And then that's Grandpa. I was thinking he had died first, but maybe not. Anyway, and then Grace, and then Mom. Then down on the left, it's Joe, Al, and Harry. But Harry there was a lot of difference between the boys, the first four, and then the last three came pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
But that was
Great.
taken in the drive. That was taken in the driveway of their house down on Pleasant Street. You went by that.
Oh, that house? I remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
not the one you took a picture of.
Right, but the other one
That
was
was the
like
house
on the
we grew
street,
up.
right?
But 3 doors down
Yeah.
was the one that was taken in that driveway.
That's awesome.
That's Harry again with his truck without the trailer.
Well, they had a fleet of trucks, didn't they?
No, they had an International and a
Sitting
Mack.
here.
They had just the 2 trucks. Yeah. And I remember going out, Ines would go and pick him up that's Al. And I think Joe.
They have their machine guns in the front seat of the car.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, huh? Right?
I said their
Mike
machine
just
guns
loved
are in
it.
the front seat.
That's Mike's favorite Bruce story. Is he loves the idea of them being a mafia, the Irish mafia.
That's awesome.
I didn't know anything about that. I still don't. I don't know that I believe it, but now, Harold Carton may have been the mafia.
No, he said he had to pay them protection money. That was the only way that his loads didn't get hijacked.
Uh,
That looks like Phil. And that looks like Morris. Is that great grandmother and
that's
great
got to be
grandmother?
that's probably Joe Elliott. Then that's Betty Elliott in front.
Oh, okay.
Well,
You know about
that
Betty
wouldn't be
Elliott?
Al? That wouldn't be Al with them. I don't know.
No,
I
that
don't
looks
know.
an awful lot like Phil, and that looks like Morris.
Well, Phil and Morris, okay, but
And
that's
I
a
don't
little
remember
girl in
great
front.
grandmother ever looking like Edith Head before, but I guess she does there. Is
Yeah,
that Joe Elliott or is that Grandpa Giberson?
It looks like Grandpa Giberson, but I don't know who the girl is unless it's the one that he had. You know, they broke up. I mean, you know, they got divorced, and she married Joe Elliott, and that's where Betty Elliott came from. And then Grandpa got remarried, and he had a daughter named Hope. But I never met her. She was never there whenever we went by. She was a party girl, but I didn't know her at all.
None of that in our family. Oh,
Yeah,
that's my mother. In
Yep.
Loma
I think that was when she was going off to Auburn Academy. She went up to Washington State to Auburn Academy for one semester.
Oh,
Then over Christmas, she had her appendix out, and she decided she didn't like out boarding academy anymore. She
oh,
begged and begged to go up there. Then when she got there, she didn't like it, and she just hopped on a bus and showed up at home and didn't
oh,
tell
wow.
me it
That's
was
awesome. That's a great picture.
yeah. Now I think that's got to be that's Dave Bruce, I'm sure, in front. Probably, yeah, probably Pat and Jean and Pat and Jean and Dave, and then Barry over on the end.
Oh, okay.
So that's got to be Fran when she was young. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Boy, that's old. That's from the 1930s.
Oh, Papa had
And
hair.
that one, I'm just thinking maybe that's when they were living out at Fallon's farm. It was out near New England Sand. There was a farm, and they lived on that before they moved into Stoneham.
Hmm.
That was right after. I mean, soon after I was born, they moved to Stoneham. I kind of remember moving, so I might have been like a couple of years old. That's Norma again.
Oh, huh. That's cute. The pigtails.
That's our house in Loma Linda.
No, that's
That's
next door.
Claude Whitlock's. Huh?
That's not our house there. Our house was next door.
No, that's the one next door. Yeah, that's next
Yeah,
door to us.
yeah.
In-
Warren's lived
in
here and we
Loma
lived
Linda.
over here.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know who that is on the horse for sure. That's not Mom on that. But Claude Whitlock had 2 horses. I don't know. That may have been Phyllis Brown. I don't know. That's probably Mom with Dawn. I would guess that's got to be Dawn with that outfit.
Okay.
That might be your dad.
Nice. So cute.
And there's Mom on a horse. The only time she was scared to death of horses.
And was she?
She was scared to death of horses.
Oh.
She used to tell about the one time when she was out for a walk I was in a stroller, Norma and I were in the stroller together, I guess. And a horse came by and scared the bejeebers out of her. She ran like hell, pushing the stroller with both of us.
Oh, poor thing.
Scared to death of horses. And I don't know how we talked her into getting on it that day. But I can still remember that. That was in the 40s.
That Marjorie Younger?
Marjorie Younger was pretty blonde. No, that's not Margie. Oh, that's I think that's Jody.
Yeah, and that's my mother, of course.
Yeah, but I think that might be Jody. See now, Papa's already white haired there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom never did turn gray until her last few years.
Really?
And I never remember him with.
If you're
Diane turned gray in her 40s.
white hair.
Huh?
Diane started turning gray in her 40s. Oh,
so
sorry.
did I. I dyed my hair up until I was about 50. About in my mid 40s, I guess. I started turning gray when I was in my 20s. I dyed my hair all those years. You knew.
Wow.
Remember I was a redhead?
Yep.
I was not a redhead.
Oh, okay.
And then when I finally stopped, nobody knew that I was dyeing my hair. And when I finally stopped and I ran into somebody I hadn't seen for a while, and they said, "Oh, that looks so good. You're frosting your
Oh,
head."
that's so natural.
I said, "No, I've been coloring it all these years."
Oh,
And I don't know where that's at.
That's your
That's
dad.
Dawn. There's your dad. That's your dad and
aw.
Norma. That's in Massachusetts. That's at that house in Stoneham. Yeah. See, he still looks the same, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep, that's George and Fran. That was much later, Mike,
That's
because
Rose.
he was already, huh?
That's not
Oh
Fran.
yeah,
That's
it's Rose. Yeah, it's Rose, but it's George.
yeah.
And look, George is already really crippled, so that wasn't until he didn't get really bad until the 50s.
Mm.
Well, that's about right. Okay, there's Mom. That's at our house, and I think that's Stinky.
It is Stinky.
Oh, how cute.
Embarrassed the heck out of me having a dog named Stinky.
What was the cat's name? You remember?
Huh?
There's a cat down here. What's the cat's name?
I never knew any of the cats' names. I hate cats. I never got familiar with any of the cats, and Mom always
My
had
brother's
cats.
still waiting for a ride. That's Papa and
That's
Don.
dad. That's gotta be your dad
Aw.
with Papa.
Uh-huh. That's so
Like
cute.
the aviator goggles.
Very cute. He
Yeah.
was so. And I think you're right, Mike. I think that was maybe when Mom had her tonsils out, and she also had some work done at the same time on the other end.
Oh,
Thanks for
She had a
sharing.
hemorrhoidectomy and a tonsillectomy all in the same
oh,
day.
oh.
But I'm not sure if that's when it's Dawn with Grace. Yeah,
That's an
Grace died.
Oh,
Grace died before you were born, Debbie.
oh, okay.
I don't remember her.
You don't remember Grace?
Mm-mm.
Well, she came out to visit. Well, yeah, when we took that, you remember the trip we took back east.
Yeah, but I don't remember her.
Oh no,
Is
yeah, we went down there. We
Gary
went
or
down there.
Albert?
I think that picture might have been taken. They had a big going away party from us down at Grace's backyard, and George got all these fireworks. The whole town came and stayed and got by the fence in the meadow to watch the fireworks. He had the Japanese lanterns. He had it fixed up really neat for our going away.
Who's
That's
in the
Al. Al. That's Harry. Sailor Tom's house.
Oh,
That was one of their favorite restaurants that he and I used to go to.
where was it?
Sailor Tom's.
No, where?
It's in like you know where Saugus is
No,
in Massachusetts?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it was in Saugus, someplace out there. I
Okay.
never went there, but he and I used to go there all the time. So
Oh.
that was, yeah, that was just before he got out of the army, I think.
Walter?
I can't, huh?
Is that Walter and
I can't
Rose?
see that. Who?
Walter and
Oh, that's
Rose?
Walter and Rose. Yeah, yeah, that's Walter. Walter died way before you were born,
Oh,
too. He died.
He probably killed
He went
himself.
in the hospital. He had a heart attack, and he was in the hospital, and everything was going along well. And he was supposed to come home the next day, and he died. Got up out of bed and went to the bathroom and died in the
oh,
hospital.
that's sad.
So Rose was,
Oh,
yeah, her poor Walter. She nagged him to death.
this is when your dad was learning magic and the trick went horribly wrong.
Oh, look at
You
all
know
that.
who that is? That's Kathy Austin, Mike. That's the girl your brother was going with before he went in the army.
My brother?
Huh?
My brother?
No. No, Uncle Don was going with Kathy Austin.
Oh, your
That's
father.
Uncle Don. Yeah, that's Uncle Don. I mean, that's Don, and that was the girl he was going with. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing there.
Mom and Papa.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. Keep going.
I think that's Papa and his father, isn't it?
Is it, or is it Morris and Papa?
No, he's a lot
Morris
of,
looked just like Morris looked just like his dad.
yeah, well, no, because Papa's a lot
Yeah,
younger than whoever he's with.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. That's his dad, Chip. Oh, that's Grandma Bruce, Mom's mom.
When
She was.
Cheryl saw this picture, she said, "Oh my God, she looks like an animal."
She was. She was. She had 7 kids, and she was. She used to have to take to her bed every couple of months, having the vapors, and she was. I heard all. I don't remember her. She died when I was real little. But
Oh,
that's Mom. Yeah, that's Mom.
that's cute.
I don't know who that is. Everybody had babies. Oh, there we are. You can't see me. That's Roxy. That was
Oh,
your dad's dog. You ever talk about Roxy?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry had used to run snow removal equipment in the winter, and he found Roxy in a snow bed in a snowdrift. He was almost dead.
Oh,
Yeah, and Harry took him home and then gave him to Dawn for Christmas.
mhm.
And that's Esther Johnson and Norma, of course, Mom driving. That's how we used to go to the beach in that room, sitting in the rumble seat. I'm in there. So I'm in there someplace in between. You can't see me. I was too small. But we used to go to the beach just about every weekend during the summer, and I hated it. Nope. Is that Mom? Now that's Grace.
That's
Oh, how cute.
That's your dad. He never did change his whole life, did he?
Yeah,
He looks the same as a little kid as he did.
I know, right?
I mean, most of us look a lot different growing up, but he just kept the same. That looks like him too. That's pretty blurry.
Is that Mom's mother?
It could be.
Like,
That
could
would be Dawn.
and
That would
that's
be
probably
Dawn
my
and
mother, and
Norma.
I think that's probably Grandma.
Yeah. And that's Dawn and Norma. Huh. I don't think I've seen that picture before.
Oh, that's me, isn't it?
I think so. You had a swing just like that. How'd that get in there? That's kind of out of place.
No. I got some of them scanned wrong. And Mom she hated
that's
she had
gotta be
a
Mom.
but she wouldn't ride a horse.
Well, that's not a real bull.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
That's I don't remember where that was, but no, I don't recognize that house. That's not Mom, is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Huh.
I don't know why she always looks so sad in pictures.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't know where that is.
Who is it?
Is it Mom and Dawn? I can't tell. It looks like Mom,
Mm-hmm. It does.
and then that would be Dawn.
Oh, there
That
they
might
are.
have been out at, go back to that one, Mike. That might have been taken out at Fallon's farm where they lived. Yeah, I'll bet you that's where that one was taken with the kegs, stuff, and I bet you that was taken out on the farm where Papa worked on the farm and they lived for a while. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, there they are. That's your
great-grandmother.
that's your great grandmother. Yeah, your great grandmother and grandfather, Papa's parents.
You remember great grandmother, don't you, Debbie?
I do.
Yeah.
So what were their names? Was it Margaret?
Chip and Margaret. Chip and Margaret.
Chip. So is that Chipman?
Yeah.
Is that his real name, Chipman?
I guess, is it Mike?
Yeah.
Was Chipman his real name, or was Chip was
Yeah.
a
And Morris named his son Chip the same thing.
Chipman?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I remembered seeing that from but when I was a kid, I always thought it was a nickname, like the chip off the old block or something.
You actually met Chip. He was at Mom and Papa's 65th.
Yeah, you met him too, Debbie. Okay.
Uh-huh. Oh,
That
That's
Don?
gotta be Dawn.
look at that cut, that haircut.
Yeah, I don't know who that is in back.
His girlfriend.
Yeah, is it a boy or a girl? If it's a boy, it's probably David Cotton, because they were close. That's Mom.
Oh, she's happy there.
Yeah, that's one of the few smiling ones you find of her. Yeah, that's that old 39 Buick we had.
Is that what you drove out to California in?
No, we drove out to California in an old Hudson. Then we sold that because we didn't have any money. And we sold the Hudson and bought a 39 Buick. There's Mom. And then we drove a couple of years later when we went back. We drove that Buick, 39 Buick, across country, and it had just had an engine rebuilt. And we had to stop 3 times going up Cajon Pass and let it cool down. It was a mess. That's Mom and some of her friends from that's that same gal from before over there on the right. I don't know who it is.
Mm.
Oh, that's you. Or is that Billy? Bill.
Bill.
Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's Papa.
Aw. That's a cool picture too.
Yeah, I don't know I'm not sure who it is though.
Mm.
Can't tell with it. Guess who that is, Mike?
I don't know.
Isn't that Leonard?
I don't know.
Isn't that Leonard? I think that's Leonard.
I don't think that's California, is it?
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
looking
I
at the
think I very
sailor
well-
hat. I'm
I
looking
think
at
they destroyed all
the,
the pictures that Mom had of Leonard.
but he's got a sailor hat on, so I'm kind of guessing it's Leonard.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think so.
He was tall and skinny. That's all I remember. Yeah, I think that was Frank and Millie Howe. That last one back there with her on the shoulders. I kind of remember Frank.
No, that's Mom and Papa.
No, it's not. Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
That's
it looks
Papa.
like it.
It's not
Yeah,
Papa.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bringing it in. All right. Now I
Look
see.
at the hair. Look at the hairline.
The wind was blowing.
Yeah.
That's Mom and somebody.
Looks like Joe. I don't know who that is. Oh, that would be Dawn.
Hmm.
That's Mama,
Yep,
Papa,
there's
and Dawn.
Mom and Papa and Dawn.
Hmm.
Is that Dawn? I think that's Dawn and
I
Norma.
think so. Doesn't look
He
like
looks
him.
mad.
And that was taken over at the sanitarium. She was still a student then. She couldn't have been still a student.
My mother. Who's that with her? Marjorie Hunger?
I don't know, but enlarge it a little bit. Let me see. No, that's not Margie. I think that's Jody Simmons or something was her name. That's Grace. I was there that day. We went up to Arrowhead, Lake Arrowhead. She was out visiting. There's our house,
That's what they lived in when they moved out here.
a 1-bedroom.
Wow.
And see that garage? It was built over a garage. It was a basement. It wasn't really a garage.
Oh, okay.
But I used to stand in front of, that was before we even had it paved. I used to stand in front of that door and your dad would pitch to me by the hour until my hand was swollen. He wanted to practice pitching and I was the only one around and I would go, I adored him. And I'd go out there and I'd stand there by the hour and he would pitch to me. I was against that door, so I had to get.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh,
You remember being inside the garage?
well, of course, I slept down there for years.
Well, you remember how it was built?
Yes, with the railroad ties.
Yeah. And
And then did you, well, you remember Dad, well, by the time you were born, hadn't we already added the 3 bedrooms by the time you were
when I
born?
was born, I think so, but it's not here there. This is the whole house then.
Yeah, but yeah, they made Papa put up like wallboard and made a partitioned off a part of it.
Oh,
Right next to the washer and dryer. The washer and dryer was down there and then just filled with all, that was before Papa had a place to store stuff, but he still collected. And that was where my bedroom was.
huh.
Oh, these pictures with the bathing suits just kill me.
Grandpa Giberson?
Yep. See how much he looks like Morris?
Yeah.
They really look alike. I don't know whose dog that was. That first dog I remember was Roxy. That's got to be Papa and Dawn.
Is that a cow?
No, it's a horse, isn't it? Oh no, it is a cow. That's funny.
Who's that?
There's a potato patch. It's where Mom spent her honeymoon. She was so pissed.
What happened?
That's where that was the potato farm up in Maine where Papa took Mom for their honeymoon.
Oh,
Stayed with his mom and it was potato picking season and she was out every day picking potatoes for her honeymoon.
that's hilarious.
Now you know why Mom didn't like great grandmother very much. That's Papa.
When he
Look
worked
at
at the
that car.
bakery?
Look at that car.
Isn't that
Like
when he
to have
worked at
that
the
thing.
bakery?
Meister's Bakery.
Oh, that's cool.
Was that the bakery truck?
I think so.
That's got to be Norma.
Hmm.
Yep, that's Norma. Papa with Dawn again. That's got to be Dawn.
Mhm.
Isn't that weird seeing pictures of your dad when he was that age?
Yeah.
That's Joe with Mom when he first went in the Army. right after Pearl Harbor, they went, Harry and Joe both enlisted. Al was the only one that didn't go in the military.
Mhm.
Don and the dog.
Yeah, I guess. That's
Mine was
normal.
Birdman. Did she ever just take a picture without posing?
No, she she was she was the vain one in the family. No, that's another one of. You remember that when you went back there? Do you remember that red house that was next door to where Grandma lived, where Mom grew up? Debbie, there was our house, then another house, and then the big red house, and that's still red.
Oh,
That
is it really?
that was the Johnsons, and that was Esther Johnson.
Wow.
You can see Papa kept the same style of hat for a long time.
Yep. He always wore that pitha. That was, you know
Oh, I
what
love
that is? That was
Don and
New
Stink.
Year's. That was New Year's Day, 1947.
that totally looks like Daniel, don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, Daniel looks so much like Don.
It's crazy.
Anyway, Don thought he was going to be. I thought there was a picture of him with a lemonade or something, a cold drink too.
Oh yeah.
Holding
Um,
something in his hand.
Because yeah, oh yeah, because he posed with a cold drink out on the lawn on New Year's Day to send a picture back east to everybody back east. And then he got pneumonia the next day. I mean, he was really sick. A day or two later, he got really sick. But he was showing off to everybody back east what it was like on New Year's Day in California. So that was, your dad was like 17 or 18 then.
Hmm.
Oh,
Great
Huh.
picture of great grandmother.
yeah, it's got to be Joe, Harry, and Al then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe looks the same. Harry looks different. Al
Would that
looks
be
different,
Grace?
but it's not Grace though.
Well, it's not Rose. It's not Mom.
I don't know who it is. I get maybe I don't know. Maybe it's Grace. I don't know.
Well, is that a young Papa?
I think so. No, could be. I can't tell. There's something over his face. That's Mom. Grace and Grace on Rose in the middle, Mom on the one side, and Grace on the other.
Hmm.
That's Joe and Mom. Oh, that must have been when they came home. There's Al. Al was. Did you ever meet Al?
Gangster.
Yeah, he was a pussy. I mean, he was really. And the other Joe and Harry just couldn't stand Al.
Oh.
They thought he was a little weird.
Oh.
They thought he wasn't quite all there.
No.
That's Ines
Hmm.
with Harry. And who's that third one? Is that Norma? No, can't be. She wasn't that old then. I don't know who the third one is. No, Ashley's sending me a picture on the.
Oh.
That's Harry. That's Rose and Grace. That looks like Pop. Oh, is that Hudson? Is that a Hudson? What does it say on there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hudson.
Yep, it was a 42 Hudson we drove out to California.
And they had an RN license plate.
Could be, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'll be darned. I don't even remember that.
Nurses got special privileges.
Probably, I don't know.
Who's that milking a bull?
Now that's Margie Younger. That's Margie Younger there, Mike.
Okay.
She was hot for your dad, but he wouldn't have anything to do with her. Grace. What is that?
Place.
That's at the sink. That's at her house. That's down in Pleasant Street.
Remember the Carousel of Progress at Disneyland?
The what?
The Carousel of Progress.
Yeah.
That
That's
looks like one
could
of
have
the
been.
scenes
It
out
could
of
have been
that.
taken. Part of it could have been taken in that house. Look at that.
Yeah.
God.
Dawn again.
Yep. That dog was. That dog must have died before I was born.
Oh, that's a good one.
Pop, yeah, that's a good
Aw,
picture.
That was
Look
a
at Pop
great
in his
picture.
overalls and a sport jacket and a tie, but he's got overalls on. Look
Uh-huh.
at that.
Yeah, and work shoes. And Dawn's all dressed up.
Well, that is Papa's dressed up too with a jacket and tie. That's got to be Dawn and Norma. Look at that.
Aw.
Want me to go back?
I was saying, looking at that, look at that buggy. I think that's the buggy she was pushing when the horse chased her that one time.
That's probably your patience.
Yeah, I would guess. I think that's Norma.
Aw, that is cute.
That's Norma. Look at that carriage. Oh my God. That's Norma. Pouty. That's Dave Bruce with a cigarette in his mouth.
He
Oh my
started
God.
smoking at an early age.
Do you remember Dave Bruce, Debbie? Do you remember Dave Bruce?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him when he was a kid. That was taken down at Grace's house, I think.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he thought he was a piece of work.
So you
There's your Norma again. That's me. Oh no, it isn't. That's Norma, but I remember her ever going off the diving board. That was taken. That's the Loma Linda pool. That's the Loma Linda pool, and that the goal of everybody was to hit that high board with double bounce each other and trying to hit that lamp, that light. There's a picture here someplace of me diving off of that, doing a jackknife off of that.
Wow, that's cool.
I have that picture. I don't know. Oh, look at that. Dawn and Norma.
Oh.
Look how cute that is. That's Dawn, and I bet you that's David Cotton. They were the best buddies growing up.
I remember that name.
Yeah, David.
Okay, David Cotton. It was his father that told me they were in the mafia.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there was two, and Danny, is Danny still alive?
No, he
Danny
died.
was the younger. Oh, okay. And David died a long time ago, right?
Danny was the good boy. David was the bad boy.
Yeah. Norma had a big crush on Danny all when she was little. There's Mom on the horse. I don't know. That's not Papa.
Had that side.
Is that
doesn't
Papa?
really look like him. I don't know.
Doesn't look like Papa. Okay, there's all the boys. George, Joe, Harry, and Al.
Why is he holding a hat and wearing a hat?
I don't think he's wearing, I don't think. He is wearing a hat, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess he took his hat off and Joe put his on him or something.
Great grandfather?
Yep, and Mom.
I didn't know they got along.
I didn't either.
Oh, they're that
There's
Korean.
Don. No, it's too young for Korea.
Wow, that's a great picture.
Yeah, that's a good picture of him. Now, doesn't he look like Daniel there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. None of these had anything written on the back of them, huh?
Well, they might have,
Mike?
but I didn't scan the backs.
Oh. You still have the pictures?
Yeah, we have them in storage.
Because I think a lot of times Mom used to write on the back who people were. Oh, that was in 1949. That was when we did everybody dressed up that year in celebration of the 100th anniversary of California becoming a state.
Aw,
You'd go downtown in San Bernardino and everybody was dressed like that.
wow. That's
That's really-
really cool.
Yeah, Mom loved that time. That's ugly. Look at those shorts.
It's a sailor outfit, isn't it?
Oh God, that's awful. That is awful. Oh my God.
There you are.
Yeah, there's the first one of me.
Oh,
Their little velvet dresses. She always dressed us alike. And I hated it. I wanted a pair of blue jeans.
That was a real bad placement of that palm tree.
Yeah. Looks like her
like
hair is.
yeah,
Having a
feathers.
really bad hair day.
Is that palm tree still there at that house when you took pictures of it? That was a picture that was in front of our house in Loma Linda.
It's still there.
Look at that guy looking at it.
Posing again.
Yeah, she always had to pose. Norma. No, that was after we got put in the driveway and put in the steps. Norma with a baby goat. I don't know where that's at.
She doesn't look happy. I guess somebody got her goat. Oh,
There he is.
Aw,
That's in front of the house.
I think that's he marched in the Rose Parade one year.
really?
I think it was it must have been the band from Valley College or something. But I know he marched in the Rose Parade. That might be a picture from that. Because I never saw him dressed up like that too often. That's Norma.
Posing again.
Yeah. Now, that was taken in one of those photo booths. Oh, look at the hair on me. That was at a motel we stayed at driving across country. Oh. It snowed in Loma Linda.
Wow. That's unusual, huh?
Can you
Remember the
imagine?
bullet hole in the window?
Huh?
Remember the bullet hole in the window?
Yeah, kind of now that you mention it. Where'd it come from?
I think somebody was sitting on the couch and somebody took a shot at them one day. But it was there forever. Remember the kiss through the window routine?
Yeah.
Then another thing I remember, one day the helmsman came and Mom didn't want to come down the stairs and he didn't want to go up.
Yeah,
So
and he threw it up on the roof.
Yeah, and it ended up here on the roof. And then I heard Mom scream because he got up there and he was standing here on the railing and holding onto the post and trying to get the bread off the roof.
That was when bread was a whole 25 or 30 cents a loaf, man.
Yeah,
Couldn't
see,
waste
that's
it.
before the addition too.
Yeah, yeah, that's early on. I don't remember it snowing that early on. That's Norma and Dawn.
Aw,
That must be coming home. Yeah, that would be
Oh.
when Norma was born. I think that was when Mom was coming home from the hospital, because that's Dawn.
He sure looked that Wright brothers cat, didn't he?
Yeah. But now see, Papa's hair was dark then.
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess it was after Norma was born that his hair turned white.
Well, he just said
But look how receded his hairline
Yeah.
was.
already, huh?
Yeah,
he always had that little wisp in the front, though.
yeah.
Busy day in the maternity ward.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, wow. Look at that. Wow. Noble Light. I still have a painting of that.
Where is it?
Noble Light. You know that painting that sits it's at my, well, the folks had it. I had it painted for Mom and Dad, and then when
Oh, okay.
I took it because a friend of mine painted it off of a postcard. Because
Let's
that's
see.
where we used to go up and have lobster dinners, and that's Walter, Rose, Al. Oh, that's got to be Joe Moore with Grace. I don't think I've seen a picture of him in years. I'm sure that's Joe Moore. Grace finally did marry him. She was in her 40s, I think. That's
Mhm.
Mom. There's Al, Walter, and Rose. Yep. That was the dining room. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
Walter reminds me of
Oh,
somebody. I
that's not,
can't think of who.
huh?
You sure that's Walter and Rose?
Yep.
There's your
That's
baby
got to be,
here.
I think that's Norma again. That's George and Fran.
That's a
Pat.
Fran I remember.
Yep.
Mm.
And that would be Pat,
That David?
Dave, Barry, and Judy. And I think
Who-
that's me down there,
Oh,
Oh,
down in the sand, because we went down, we spent,
who is you?
no, yeah, it's me, isn't it?
Yeah.
We spent a week or something down. They used to rent a place down at on Cape Cod every summer, and we went down and stayed for about a week with them one time.
None of their kids turned out too good, did they?
The what?
None of their kids.
No, no. Judy was getting her life together pretty well, but she died really young. Well,
You know
I think
about them, Debbie?
well, George,
Debbie? You know the story behind the George's kids?
is Debbie still there?
yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Oh,
she's,
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking to me.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know the story behind the kids.
No.
Go ahead, Betty.
Well, Pat, well, they're all alcoholics, every one of them.
Oh,
And
the,
which
the adult,
because
the
Fran,
adults were alcoholics.
I don't think Fran ever had a drink in her life. And George didn't drink excessively, I don't think. But every one of the kids, and then Barry ended up in jail for killing his girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Dave lived pretty long. I guess Barry's still alive, wasn't he? The last time we looked him up, Mike, huh?
Yeah.
And Judy, her son died, I think, and then she went all the way downhill. She was married to a nice guy,
Oh,
but Fran was
Fran's funeral.
Fran came over and stayed and took care of Susan when I had Chris.
Yeah, I like Fran.
I
Yeah.
did too. Oh, she and mom they were a hoot together. They would laugh at the funny, the silliest little things. They would get the giggles. Mom really enjoyed Fran. Yeah, that was the same time. That's Norma at the same time. Is it Norma? Yeah. That's Norma. And
Someone else has the giggles.
I think that's Phyllis Brown, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
There's Dad, you're Donnie again. Talk about posing.
is that Norma?
What is she doing? Looking at the phone? Is that the phone on the wall, Mike?
I don't think so.
No. I
Looks like a
don't
voodoo
know what,
doll or a Mr.
Yeah.
Potato.
I don't know what she's looking at. Well,
Like it scared her.
Oh, that's quite the group.
yeah. That's up at Lake Gregory. You know where Lake Gregory was?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I don't know who that is. Mom's mom was some patient. I don't know who it was. That's Don with, I think that was Betty Gunderson. That was one of his other girlfriends when he was young.
Have we gone through them all?
I think so. No,
Oh,
no, that's gotta be mom holding Dawn because she was still a student when he was born.
I guess we haven't gone through them all.
Yeah. That's Don.
Mm-hmm.
He was so cute with his little bowl cut.
I know.
This
That's
is
gotta
a
be,
Bruce.
that's Grandpa Bruce, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you saw that one. I'm sure that's out at Fallon's farm where they lived.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
those weren't props either. They actually used the horse to haul stuff around, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that's Al.
Mhm.
You got to keep sticking that picture in there, huh? That's
No
most of
fun
these.
with that.
These are mostly duplicates. That's Mom and Dawn. That's Grace. There you go.
Cool.
Oh, that's Pine Tree Academy.
Oh, is that
Oh,
the bandstand there?
Yeah, I actually gave them that picture because they didn't have one.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen that
That was
picture
put up
before.
Puppa's junior. It was like he had it in there, and it was put up Puppa's junior year. They were real
Hmm.
happy to get that.